Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Our topic: novel technique design of early protection system for an electronic fuel injection system. This technique is proposed. The system consists of the sensor and the signal processing control system, giving the alarm warning about the state of the sprinkler through the screen and after the turn on or turn off the engine when it does not respond to warning and terminated. This technique using with the new fuel system mechanism, injection dynamic spring characteristic, and the single cylindrical engine burning examination of capability, conventional guide and internal. The system of experimental system, the fuel system, and the component that will be focusing in our propose that is consist of the fuel tank, that low pressure fuel tank, and the injection nozzle injection, and the high pressure. This is the high pressure pump, that is the cam lifter, and the high pressure cam drive. This is point, and also the injector interfacing that with the system for the system sensor for the current, and the system when you passing of the high current. This is our system consists of the Arduino and screen to giving the alarm or indication about the case the system, and also this is the high pressure sensor, and the giving when you passing the high current, that is this sensor for the AC 712 sensor, that is the converted the any current signal to indication for our controller by the Arduino, so that they give us the alarm about the case of the machine if you the injector of nozzle any problem, for example leakage fuel or blocking for flow of fuel, that is indication depend on the current passing. Basic block diagram of the early warning of the fuel spring system sensor, that nozzle, the two nozzle, and also fuel pump recognition unit. This is the recognition unit depend on the amount of the current, and this give the alarm for send the indication to microcontroller that analysis and give the light indication and alarm depend on the case. This sensor, this type of the sensor, current sensor, that is sensing for the current and give alarm depend on the amount of the current, so that our project experimental setup consists of the oscilloscope system and this power supply and the fuel pump and also nozzle to give the same setting for the inside the engine machine. The nozzle will be used for this our experimental setup nozzle used for the BMW cars, so that the result discussion we get it, that is the working condition period depend on the current. When you different the current between the 2.245 or 2.7 ampere, the nozzle opening and closing depend on the current of the fuel pump, and after the normal operation condition as shown in the figure 5. Figure 5, the normal operation condition for the nozzle, and when you blocking of the nozzle, and this cases block of the nozzle that is needed. When you block the nozzle, that meaning the more current drawing from the this power supply, so that our sensor indication that the current increase, that is the drawing from for the nozzle depend on the pump on this other. Normally blocking, for the example, the current is up to 3.67 ampere, 3.67 ampere, and that indication for the blocking of the nozzle. And in case of the leakage, for example, the leakage fuel, that is meaning the fuel is have the another path to for flow, so that the leakage state in that decreasing the nozzle current, meaning because the nozzle current there are another path of the flow of the fuel is found, and so that the current decrease of 3.5 to 2.6 decreasing, and also pressure of the pump is decreasing because there is leakage for the fuel flowing, and these cases may be they're very dangerous if there are no alarm for about these cases, maybe during the engine or the cars, and also effective of the life of the driver. So that our conclusion of this paper uh, presented a low-cost, real-time recognition early warning of the fuel spring control system. That system consists of the sensor and my controller, and giving the avoiding for the accident of puring car engine or the body, and also saving the life of the driver or passenger, and reduce the losses of the incoming for the human. Prototype only serve and conforming of the design in this design with the experimental that performing showing the increased ability of the controller and alarm of indication depend on the result that giving for the current sensor, and the design can be implemented of with the large scale, for example large scale, and we giving the fund to produce the this alarm system or prevent to puring the machine, and also giving the alarm of any car prevent for the puring. The early warning for system that experimental measuring through the current sensor and transmitted through microcontroller, and also perform the all doing by giving the alarm and turn off the engine, and also indication about the any event of the nozzle. By indication on this type can be also drive and passenger to reduce the coming human, and also the losses this that meaning for the accident for the vehicles. Thank you very much.